in this video, we're going to discuss the SWOT and PESTEL analysis, but the analysis can be used to understand the organization, including both its internal and external environment. It is very important that you, as a manager of an organization, yes, you can understand and anticipate the things that are coming towards you. This is an elemental part of understanding your position on the market. Here you see a pyramid. The pyramid stands for either organization or product. They are internal forces influencing the organization, of course. And they are described as the strength and the weakness of the organization or the product. The organization is also influenced by the force from external environment. These forces pose opportunities and threats for organization or for the product. Let's first discuss the strength and the weaknesses. Every organization or product has their own strength and weaknesses. For instance, let's say the bakery around the corner has been there for 40 years and has a very good client base. So there's a lot of personal engagement. That is definitely a strength. But on the other hand, the employees that are working there are not skilled enough as they do not get enough training. These are weaknesses. The organization does not stand alone, but is actually influenced by its external environment. This external environment poses opportunities and threats for the organization or product, and in this way, we identify 6 elements for you to take into account. The first is politics. Politics change in government, for instance, can influence the way you put your product onto the market. Secondly is economics. The economy can change over the years and can therefore boost your organization or your product or can put restraints on it, And thirdly, there are social dynamics. There might be things happening in the social system which make your product, organization more wanted or less so. 4 is technology. Technology might change, which may cause your product to become obsolete. Technology can also influence the way that you can use or develop your product. Then we have environmental issues. Through the environment, your product or your organization may be influenced. Strong rainfall or extreme heat could kill a harvest. They're causing an increase in the cost for your product. And then finally, we have legal elements. So for instance, new legal condition coming from the European Union may influence your organization or product instantly, All these elements are contingent and you can directly influence them. So as an organization, you can only anticipate the things that can happen. So in here, we were talking about SWOT, or we can talk about internal things in its strengths and weaknesses. But in PESTEL analysis, we're talking about the OT, the opportunity and threats in the structure or in the organization on your product. So today I will be presenting a PESTEL analysis of the digital nomad ecosystem in Bali. As Bali becomes a global hub for remote work, it is crucial to understand the external factors shaping this landscape. We will look at the political, ecological, sociological, technological, economic, and legal factors, examining both of the opportunities they present and the threats we must navigate. Okay, so first, let's begin with the political landscape. The opportunity here, government intervention can be game changer. Strategic investment and regulation that resolve cross-border issues can make Bali a compliant and attractive destination for high-value remote workers. The threat, however, we face a risk of failure in high-level strategic coordination. If the government, industry, and local communities do not align, it creates internal weaknesses. This lack of clarity regarding legal status and tax obligation for international remote workers represent a weaknesses in the governing and transparent structure of the ecosystem. So, the high-value nomads will go away. It is because they are so afraid of the legal status and tax obligation in Indonesia. And the second, the ecological factors. Moving to ecological factors, you will see Bali is a perfect place. You can get a mountain, you can get a waterfall, you can get beaches, you can get the wellness and luxury in the same places. So, Bali natural beauty aligns perfectly with all the lifestyle demands of digital nomads. And you cannot find this in any place, anywhere. So, before, the scientific, they comparing Bali with another places or the countries in the earth, and they cannot find one single places that can mimicking or just related like Bali has. Let's say sociological side. So we are diverse, and the diverse we have different kind of food and different kind or type The way we use the toilet, maybe toilet paper or water, but whatever it is, we are all connected. The influx of diverse nationalities foster a cosmopolitan society in Bali. Digital nomads contribute to social capital, innovation, and cultural dynamism, helping build a strong community networks. But on the other hand, the threat, this can lead to gentrification. As cost of living rises, we risk displacing locals and breaking down establishment social structures. If tourism development outpaces public services, it creates social friction and inequality between the local workforce and the specialized foreign labor market. In technological side, if you see people are connected and they're connected, all of them is because the Wi-Fi. So the reliability connectivity with the fiber optics and 5G is the backbone of this ecosystem. So government has to build core digital infrastructure, ensure digital equity, and enhance productivity of the digital nomads. But in other hands, however, connectivity brings national security and personal privacy. They are critical vulnerabilities that technological tools alone cannot fix. They require strict governance. Side is not equal, which is Indonesia we use rupiah and foreigner they use dollar. They help us to increase the GDP every year, the economic growth. And in other hands, because we have a gap currency, so the foreigner has a lot of money to invest and we cannot afford that. So it's just like new colonialism in 2025, which is the richer is only goes to the foreigner and even the local cannot have their own land. And the danger lies in unsystematic risks. Relying too heavily on the single sector exposes the entire economy to volatility like COVID in 2019. Finally, the legal framework. The opportunity clear laws can serve as strategic tools to attract foreigner capital and talent without straining the local job market. But however, ambiguous laws create a wrongful detention, undermine the international framework, and can scare away high value investors. So, if you want to be fully independent, here's the strategic recommendation. First, governance and policy. We must implement clear visa and tax protocols to remove ambiguity. This transforms a legal threat into competitive opportunity to another country. Technology and infrastructure strategy. While we deploy high-speed internet, we must remember to implement a robust national cybersecurity framework to protect our digital borders. And in economic resilience, we must mitigate single sector volatility, which is revenue from digital nomad sector should be invested to diversify the economy and fund public goods. When we're talking about public goods, we're talking like education, transport, so that local efficiency improve alongside the cost of living. Whenever COVID comes to Bali, at least the local can also have their own income, not depending on tourism. And the last, social integration. Finally, we need to create formal knowledge exchange hubs. By encouraging nomads to mentor local talent, we bridge the skill gap and reduce social inequality between these two or the diversity in Bali. By that, we can make Bali paradise to everyone.